Welcome to the Explainer. I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath with me. Just settle in. Today, we're exploring something so deeply human, yet, honestly, it's frequently misunderstood. We're looking into the psychology of people who cry easily. And we're going to explore why this trait, which the world often slaps the label of vulnerability on, is actually a profound psychological strength. You know, if you're someone who feels things deeply, I just want to reassure you, you are exactly in the right place right now. And what we're about to uncover, it might just completely change how you view your own emotional landscape forever.
Think back for a second. Have you ever felt that hot prickle of tears right behind your eyes, and then it's followed almost instantly by this massive wave of embarrassment? Like, how many times have you hastily wiped your cheeks and muttered, "I'm so sorry, I don't know why I'm crying," or "Sorry, I'm just really emotional right now"? We apologize for our tears like we've committed some sort of social crime. We treat a completely natural biological function like it's a failure of character. But why? Why do we feel the need to beg for forgiveness when our bodies are literally just doing exactly what they were designed to do?
Section 1. The Stigma of Tears. Unpacking Societal Repression.
So we're dealing with this massive clash between what culture demands of us and what our minds actually need to stay healthy. On the one hand, we've got societal expectations, right? That immense pressure to put on a mask, to just hold it all together, and to buy into this deeply ingrained myth that visible tears equal fragility. It's that classic stiff upper lip mentality. But the psychological reality, it's entirely different. Shedding tears is actually an active mechanism for emotional release. It's a crucial way our brains process overwhelming feelings. When we hold all that in, we're literally fighting our own biology.
And I want to pull a direct takeaway right from our source material here. It is absolutely not weakness. We need to firmly dismantle this myth that crying easily means you lack resilience. Actually, chronic suppression of emotion, numbing yourself out completely, that's often a sign that someone lacks the tools to cope with their feelings. Letting the tears fall, well, that requires the courage to face exactly what you're feeling in that exact moment.
Section 2. Understanding emotional fluidity. The heart of emotional health.
The crucial point here is wrapping our heads around this concept of emotional fluidity. Basically, it's your psychological capacity to freely experience, express, and move through your emotions without suppressing them. This idea completely flips the script. It changes crying from a breakdown into a really healthy, forward-moving progression. I like to think of emotions like a river. Emotional fluidity means letting that water flow naturally. Suppressing your tears, that's like building a dam. And you know what happens? Eventually, the pressure just becomes too much and the whole dam breaks.
See, the crying process is a totally natural, highly efficient sequence. Step 1, you experience an intense emotion. Could be grief, could be profound joy, or honestly, even just intense frustration. Step 2 is the physical release, actually shedding the tears. And here is a wild fact from the research. Emotional tears actually contain stress hormones. That means you are literally flushing stress out of your body. Which brings us to step 3, achieving a psychological and emotional reset. Tears activate your parasympathetic nervous system. That's your body's rest and digest mode. They act as this built-in biological bridge right back to emotional equilibrium.
Section 3. Addressing crier concerns. When you feel too sensitive.
If you're a crier, you probably recognize some, or maybe even all, of these pretty heavy burdens. There's that constant fear of being labeled too sensitive or dramatic. Then there's the profound, agonizing embarrassment of tearing up at work during a feedback meeting, or the physical frustration of silently screaming at your brain, "Stop crying," while your tear ducts completely ignore you. And perhaps the heaviest one of all is the guilt, that sneaking feeling that your authentic emotional display is somehow making everyone around you uncomfortable. Listen to me, these are very real concerns, and if you feel them, your experience is entirely 100% valid. But I want to offer you some profound reassurance right now. Whether you're welling up during a poignant life insurance commercial, shedding angry tears during a frustrating conflict with a coworker, or just crying out of sheer relief when a loved one finally gets home safe, these real-life moments of emotional release, they are exactly what a healthy, functioning emotional system looks like. It means your internal sensors are online. You're taking in the world, processing it, and responding to it. You aren't broken. You are beautifully, humanly responsive.
Section 4. Culture and emotional expression. Unlearning the norms.
It's crazy to look at how we've been conditioned. We're subtly taught that emotions have to be chained to a schedule and kept totally private. We tell ourselves things like, "Okay, I'll hold it together until I get to my car," or "I'll just cry in the shower later where no one can see." We turn our own emotions into shameful secrets. But true emotional fluidity, That's the liberating reality, where emotions are expressed exactly as they are genuinely felt, right in the moment they arise, just like a natural wave. Unlearning our cultural conditioning means recognizing that tears aren't some taboo. They're a testament to our capacity to feel.
Section 5. The Strength in Crying, Reclaiming Your Tears.
Let's bring this right back to the core message of our source material, the strength within emotional fluidity. I really want you to let that sink in for a second. The ability to cry easily is not a byproduct of fragility. It's actually deeply intertwined with inner fortitude. It takes an immense amount of internal strength to remain open to the world, to let things actually touch you, and to process those impacts honestly instead of just building up walls of apathy and detachment.
Crying is not a surrender. Not at all. It is a brave act of authentic emotional expression. In a world that so frequently demands emotional numbness, a world that basically asks you to be a machine, choosing to feel and allowing those feelings to be visible is incredibly brave. Your tears are a genuine display of your humanity. They are absolute proof that you're alive, that you care, and that you have the profound courage to let the world move you.
So, I want to leave you with this question to ponder as we wrap up this explainer. Knowing what you know now about the psychology, the biology, and the sheer courage of emotional fluidity, next time the tears come, will you hide them or will you let your strength flow? Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep feeling deeply and please never apologize for your strength.